In this video, I'm going to give you an overview of the PreSonus StudioLive SE16, explain who it's for, and how to get the most out of it. Thank you to Sweetwater for providing us with the PreSonus for this video. As far as I/O built into the mixer, you get 16 XLR combo inputs, 2 stereo aux inputs, 8 XLR mix outputs, 2 aux mix outputs, 34x34 multi-track SD card recording, 64x64 USB 2.0 interface Milan certified AVB audio networking, and optional Dante support via AVB D16. Each size variant of the SE gives you 40 total channels to work with at one time. What changes between each variant is the amount of built-in I/O and channel strips. The larger variants also give you some customizable extra buttons. The SE16 gives you 16 channel strips to work with. The 24 gives you 24 strips, and the 32 gives you 32. Each channel strip has a digital scribble strip for custom naming. To utilize all 40 channels with the SE, 16, 24, or 32, you will need a PreSonus digital stage box. Every input channel gives you polarity and HPF controls, 4-band parametric EQ, compression, gating, and a limiter. You get a total of 26 mix buses. This includes 16 mono flex mixes, which can be used as aux mixes, sub mixes, or matrix mixes, and can be tied together for stereo. Then 4 dedicated stereo effects mixes, the main LR stereo mix, and 4 dedicated mono subgroups. You can record directly to a computer via USB, either the full multi-track or just your stereo mix. Files drop right into Studio One or any DAW you use. Mixing with the PreSonus Universal Control app is straightforward and works on iPad, Mac, or Windows. Band members can also adjust their own monitor mixes from the QU-16 app. You can even lock users down to just the mix they need, so they can't accidentally ruin any other mixes. I like how the StudioLive feels a lot like the old analog boards I used to use. A lot of modern mixers can feel pretty overwhelming at first, but this one doesn't. Once I plugged it in, it didn't take long to understand how the signal chain worked. I didn't even open the manual at first, I just figured it out, mostly by poking around the touchscreen. I also like that the buttons and faders feel very responsive, and the built-in effects surprised me. Not only do they sound good, but each effects engine already has its own mute group. I didn't have to go make one or burn a DCA on it. The touchscreen is helpful, but honestly, I really like having that physical scroll wheel. It's nice to have something you can grab and move exactly how you want. On the topic of the touchscreen, it's really nice to have, but it's definitely not the most responsive touchscreen on the market, but it gets the job done. And it has really great physical controls to accompany it. Routing did confuse me for a minute, but after spending a little time with it, everything clicked. It's one of those things where once you understand the logic behind it, you're good. And overall, the SE16 is just intuitive. Most churches are really just switching channels, adjusting gain, compression, EQ, and moving faders, and this board makes all of that simple. And I've got to say, I really appreciate the built-in Wi-Fi for remote control. You don't need extra gear to just hook up an iPad. I recommend going hardwired to your network if you can, but the built-in Wi-Fi is super convenient. You might be wondering how this compares to mixers like the Behringer X32 or the Allen & Heath QU-16. Here are my thoughts. The X32 has a few more onboard features, but the menu system is more complex for volunteers and honestly is overall outdated. The Behringer Wing gives you a lot more features and expandability, but is more complicated to use and train on. The original QU-16 is simple, but lacks the SE16's processing power and flexibility. Not to mention, you're tied down to the channel count the mixer includes with the smaller size variants. It's a much better comparison to the new QU5 in terms of feature set, but at a more affordable price point when you account for peripherals. I think it sits at a good sweet spot of affordability and functionality. It's a great way to get into digital mixing in 2025 or upgrade from an older system. Check out the PreSonus SE16 at the link in the description below, and be sure to subscribe so you don't miss upcoming SE content. And if you have any questions about the SE mixers, let me know in the comments. Then check out this video on your screen to learn more about creating a great mix every week.